With an 8 and 9 on resolve plus survival, the highly unusual, traumatic, sight of a faceless person causes you both to reel backwards, tripping over some tree roots and landing on your backsides. Dean, you blink to find yourself back at the Critchlow house, at another time, having a conversation about moving around on their property, or even out of it. You're not so sure about their horse, Rocket. Bit of an oxymoronic misnomer. He's probably the slowest being on the planet, you hear yourself saying. But, like you, he's a consistent hard worker, and the Critchlows look after him well. Took him some time to get used to you, but he did. Mr. Critchlow is explaining how the irrigation extensions attach to the back of the tractor, the same way as something else might on a motorized wagon. You shake your head, and the memory rewinds a little more. He notes both how helpful you have been around their farm, and that now you know how to drive, you can use his pickup truck for errands, and if you ever need to head into town. He puts the keys where they always are when everyone is home, and as they clink to the bottom of the key pot, you regain consciousness just a bit sooner than Saffron does. As you shake her awake, the two of you examine the faceless person still trapped and dangling from the ensnarer, and the gadget wrapped around their torso. After a quick discourse on whether or not to examine both the victim in the ensnarer and the black thing attached to the front of them, you agree that they don't seem dangerous in this state, also because no movement is coming from them. No straining against the ensnarer's bindings, no kicking, nothing. With a 13 on ingenuity plus medicine regarding what happened, Saffron, you move to check their airway but see that you clearly can't because their nose and mouth has vanished. In their place is a series of raised lines beginning at where their facial features would have been, converging together as one somewhere around the chin, then trailing towards the neck and traveling down the chest. Something serious certainly happened to this person. There's no breathing, not even a pulse or other evidence of blood circulation. No heartbeat, nothing. They're dead, and Dean, they're giving off the barest of heat outlines in comparison to the surrounding environment. You turn your attentions to the person's waist. Dean, you hold your torch up for Saffron to examine the device more closely when you realize she hardly needs it as the light of dawn breaks through the trees. A number of hours must have passed since you left Claire with the Critchlows at the farmhouse. How did that happen? Saffron, the dark blue liquid is not coolant because the thing is a touchable temperature, which means the gadget is neither leaking nor broken, so doesn't need any repairs. And that dark, thick, viscous liquid, you've seen this before. It's blood. It takes you a few moments to reach this conclusion because A, that is not the color of your blood, and B, the color you're used to is not so dark. You note that the blood is not coming from inside the device, but out of the round hole at the side of it, like it has pulled blood out of the person. Looking closer at the gadget, you find a number of symbols, buttons, and some screen sections and indicator lights. With a 15 on ingenuity plus technology, Saffron, you recognize this device as a siphon. It's a more complex one than what you've heard of, but it seems to have that kind of basic purpose. That makes the round hole at the side, which has a sort of filter behind it, the output valve, but the blood has oozed out of it there. So not a whole lot, but it's definitely there. So it's siphoned blood out of them. And you think that was intentional? Which means yes, it doesn't require any repair. What you can gather is these are the scroll bars, and they won't allow you to scroll any lower than where they are at present without a security code being entered. Red operation light is on. The screen on this lower right here is also a touch screen, so you could potentially tap it for more info. And there's the space to input some kind of security code, but it might not be necessary to operate depending on what functions you choose. What would you like to do?